Okay.
You know how bad I hate to have my picture.
It's okay. How many schools did you attend growing up, and can you explain them?
I attended one in Kentucky.
What was the name of it?
I don't remember
Yeah,
the name
remember.
of it. I know where it is. It's still there.
In
Run down, but it's still
Hazard?
there. And Hazard. And then I attended Central Grade School on the corner of Garfield and First Avenue
And that was where?
in Middletown.
Middletown.
Then I went to McKinley Junior High for 3 years, and then Middletown High School for 3 years.
Over the rainbow, bluebirds fly.
What did you like about the schools you went to, and what did you not like about them? You can pick any of them, any memories you have of them, good or bad.
I remember back in Kentucky we had to have lunch tickets, and when we moved to Ohio, I thought I was leaving everything I had, so I had some lunch tickets left, and I remember giving them to my grandmother and telling her, "Please don't forget me." She says, "I won't." But that's what I remember back there, and I remember it was up on the second floor. We had to climb these stairs. Can't remember what was on the first floor.
For school? Or for your
school.
The school?
Yeah. It was like a little building off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't in the main school. And then in Middletown, I got the name as shortstop because I was shorter than everybody else. And I always liked math. That's what I liked. And Central School was lots of fun. I remember it was almost just right across the street from where we lived, so
it's close.
we played over there a lot after school was out. Played baseball and everything. But junior high, I had this teacher. He was my algebra teacher, I think, and he had kind of like frog eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing I remember about him. But I don't remember, I remember a lot of colored kids because we lived in the area where there was mostly.
In Middletown.
Junior high was fun. It was okay. I was really shy, so I didn't have that many friends. I had some close friends, but.
Okay. Did you remember any favorite teachers you had?
Yes, I remember Mrs. Music. She was my homeroom teacher in high school. And I think in grade school it was Mrs. Hopkins. I can't remember for sure, but I really liked her. She was my 4th grade teacher. And I always remember her. I don't know why I liked her so well. Another thing I thought was interesting that they don't do in school now, we used to get a grade on our posture.
Ooh.
They would bring a chair in and sit you in the chair, and they would grade you on your posture. I always got an A.
Interesting. Okay, this is about the home you lived in.
Mm-hmm.
So we can start with the one in Hazard. What was it like? You can talk about how many rooms, bathrooms. Was there a bathroom in? Was it outside? Okay. Telephone, electricity.
We had coal lamps, like that one up there.
Uh-huh.
Lamps. And I remember that. And we had a living room, which we kind of had a bed in there too for when anybody came, but we had a bedroom and then a kitchen, front porch, and Bet and I had a playhouse out in the back. It was just a little one-room shack.
Mm-hmm.
And we had all of our outdoor stuff up there that we played in. And it was over by the railroad yards. You had to cross the river. I don't know if you ever was there and saw the bridge. But we had to cross that bridge and
you said it was in the backwoods? So
yeah. Well, that
the
was
area's
another
called?
house.
That's another house.
Yeah.
But this one was in Hazard.
Yeah, they were all in Hazard.
They were all in Hazard, but okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, what color was the house?
I don't remember the color.
You don't remember?
It was probably a dirty gray or something. It was just a little old, kind of a miner's or railroad house, you know, for railroad workers. My dad worked in the mines there, in the coal mines.
Okay.
And he would walk from there down to the mines.
Oh. And then, what do you remember about the neighborhood? Or any neighbors you had there?
I don't remember much because I was, we moved when I was in the second grade. So. But I remember this little bit getting acquainted with a little black girl. And I don't know where she lived, but she must have lived around there close. But she came over one day and I asked her, I said, what made you black? And she said, my mother poured a bucket of tar over me. That's the first time I think I'd ever seen a black girl.
Interesting.
So I didn't know.
Yeah. So, and then there's just the other house you lived in Hazard, just two of them?
We lived in the backwoods, we lived in two. And then we lived over across the bridge in the back, in the yards.
In the railroad yards.
So we lived in 3 different houses there.
In Hazard. And you moved out to Middletown. What do you remember about your house there, the first one you lived in?
We lived in a 4-plex. We just had 2 rooms. We shared a bathroom, a toilet, and a sink with the ones downstairs.
Okay.
Didn't have a bathtub, so we had to take baths in a wash tub. And but we had a lot of good times there. We had neighbors, they had little girls too.
You guys played a lot?
Favorite thing was playing jacks and jump rope and hide and seek and kick the can. Things like that. We lived right across from the cemetery, so we played over in the cemetery a lot.
Oh, you did?
Played hide and seek over there. And so.
When you do jump rope, would you sing any songs or you just jump rope?
Oh yeah, we did double dutch and we were pretty good at jump rope. Yeah, we would say those little ditties as we were jumping.
Do you remember any of them?
Let's see. I have to think for a minute. Something about go upstairs. Cinderella dressed in yellow.
That's an old one then, huh?
Went upstairs went something to get see her feller. How many kisses did she get? And then
you count.
Until we and what was some of the others? I can't remember. We played jacks a lot.
Jacks. That's where you bounce the ball and then pick the jacks up or you can catch it again.
I was queen of that.
Yeah?
Yes, I was good at that. We played hopscotch. And we lived, it's kind of like an alleyway between ours and the cemetery. So there wasn't much traffic, so we played in the road most of the time. So.
Okay. What was your favorite activity to do as a family growing up?
We didn't do too much. We'd go on picnics probably.
Okay.
Because back then we didn't have, we went to the movies a lot too.
Did you? How much did a movie cost, do you remember?
Probably about 10 or 15 cents.
Do you remember what kind of food you take on a picnic?
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Yeah. When we'd go, my mother used to work shift work. And when she would work midnight shift, or she'd get off like 7 to 11, she'd get off 11. My sister and I, we would go to the movies. And at that time, they'd show the same movie over and over and over. and you didn't have to buy a ticket over and over and over. So we would go to the movies after school, and we would sit there until time to go meet our mom.
Oh, wow.
And the movie always went out a little ahead of time, so we'd walk down to this door, and it had like a little opening. It was closed, but it had like a little opening.
Mm-hmm.
And we would crouch down in that doorway if it was cold and wait for her bus to come, and then we would walk home with her.
How old were
Couldn't do
you?
that now.
No. How old
I
were
don't
you?
know. We probably did that a long time. I'd say at least 12.
12.
I was probably 12. Lori Beth was probably, she's 5 years younger, so she's probably about 7.
Where did your mom work?
At a place called the Raymond Bag. They made paper bags. It was a factory.
Oh, okay. Okay, can you describe the personalities of your family members? So you can start with whoever you want. Just your immediate family. So.
My dad was a jokester,
Mm-hmm.
as you probably
I think I've heard. I just never
Yeah.
got to meet him. But.
Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind.
My mother, she was, I don't know, she was a hard worker. She worked most of her life, and she never did, I don't think she ever had much pleasure. But my dad, I don't know if you know, but he drank a lot. And so my mother practically raised my sister and us, me, because she worked all the time. And so she was just, I remember her just as a hard worker, and she never gave up.
Upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney.
My sister, she was a pain.
Younger sister.
She was spoiled rotten.
Huh?
And I was the angel.
Yes, of course.
Way up high.
Okay, what was your favorite toy and why?
My favorite toy was probably my bicycle.
Your bicycle.
We got new bicycles. And I remember mine had like that flat part on the